Happy to have with us tonight Aaron Flickinger, the Director of Operations for the Solheim Cup. Can't believe, Aaron, that we are less than a month away from getting this great tournament kicked off, especially as it relates to your role. What can fans expect?
Well, Joel, they can expect what I would call a normal golf tournament prior to our COVID scene here in the States. We will have 100% capacity out at the golf course. We have a number of public bleachers open to the public. We have hospitality venues. So we're going to kind of operate this event as a normal golf tournament as possible right now.
Hold on. You said a normal golf tournament. There's nothing that's normal about the Solheim Cup. If my understanding here is correct, aren't you guys building the largest grandstand that's ever been seen at an LPGA event?
That is true. If you've never been to a Solheim Cup, this is definitely the one to go to. We're building one of the largest structures ever built for women's golf, period. It's the Meyer Pavilion, which is located between holes 5 and 12 at the Inverness Club, and we'll have multiple views of golf, which is something new for that structure that we've had in the previous Solheim Cups. And then we have close to 4,000 bleacher seats on the golf course as well.
What goes into actually building something like that and figuring out where you want to put it and what fans are actually going to be able to see out there?
It's been about 2 years of planning with our vendor to get this structure kind of to the right size. A lot of it's kind of dependent on ticket sales, obviously. We started out 2 years ago with about half the size of the structure that we're currently at. And even through the past year, ticket sales have been fairly well for that structure. So we had to expand it, and we kind of chose, because of that venue's location, to make it more of an open air, bigger deck type of venue to give the people more opportunity to watch golf. We currently have just under 7,000 tickets for the Meyer Pavilion. We can go up to 8,500. Yeah, plenty of room for more people to come out and watch from the Meyer Pavilion.
This is such a great community for golf. A lot of us have familiarity with the Marathon Classic, but this is a totally different deal. So give us some perspective, having done this before, just what is going to be different once you actually step on the grounds and get the 360 view of a Solheim Cup?
Yeah, I think the biggest difference for the Solheim Cup is all the action is at the first tee box, whereas at the Marathon event, all the action kind of accumulates at the 18th green. We're just the opposite. We do everything from the build standpoint from the first tee box and then work our way around the golf course. Because being match play, we might not get to the 18th green. So we have over 2,000 bleacher seats alone at the first and 10th tee, and it kind of makes the Inverness Club unusual in that aspect is the first and 10th tee are actually going to share the same tee box. And it kind of gives us more room to build these bleacher seats around that tee box and down both of those holes. The other biggest difference with a normal LPGA Tour stop is we encourage our fans to get loud, scream, yell, chant USA, but we want them to get involved in the event. Whereas, you know, a typical LPGA stop, you're asked to be quiet when a player's over a putt or getting ready to hit their tee shots.
And there is like a festival atmosphere once you leave those grandstands. What kind of a physical undertaking is that?
Lots of hard work. So we'll have close to 60, I think last count was 63 vendors that will be on site throughout the next 4 weeks of the build out. And it's a lot of manual labor with raising scaffold, 4x6 beams, flooring, moving merchandise into a tent, moving concessions into tents, loading product. So it'll be nonstop pretty much for the next 4 weeks, 12 hours a day to get all this done.
The fans, when we shuffle in and out, what can we expect to see the days that we're going to be traveling in?
Yeah, great question. So we have limited on-site parking just because when you have 20,000 people descend on the Inverness Club, we can only accommodate so many of those folks with parking passes. So everybody is going to go to the Stranahan Theater that doesn't have a parking pass already. It's about a 15-minute bus ride. They'll get dropped off right in front of the club on Dorr Street. They'll go through our main entrance piece. That'll include admissions and will call. If you're looking for your tickets there at will call, you can get those on site. And then they'll go through our security process, and then as they go through that piece, they'll come into the property and run right into the first and 10th tee box.